Number 9, Kansas at number 5, Iowa State. We're doing it inside Halliburton Coliseum. You can watch it on ABC. Iowa State -5.5.
Cyclones won 3 in a row at home versus the Jayhawks. Kansas has won 8 in a row this season, knocking on the door of top 10 status just in general, in the context of the full season here, sitting at 12 this morning at Ken Palm. Darren Peterson expected to play. Have no updates on any flu-like symptoms. Did you see Bill Self? He went on for like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah,
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did, and
everything he said is rational. To be clear, he basically put the entire season as best he could into context for 3.5 minutes, and I wouldn't even necessarily reject a lot of what he said there, but it's still,
if you're, he did as well as you can do under these circumstances. That's what I would say. He did as well as you can do under these circumstances. But I will just circle back to this fact. Darren Peterson was never on the injury report heading into Monday's game. And Bill Self himself was asked about that and said, well, it's because we thought he was going to play. So they were surprised he didn't at least try to give it a go. And they were, I'm certain, frustrated and disappointed he didn't even try to give it a go. But once you get past all of that, now you just got to deal with the situation that's in front of you. And I thought Bill, in front of that microphone, handled it as well as he could.
That's exactly right. If I can channel my inner GP. That's exactly right. Killian Torrey has an awesome opportunity here for Iowa State. The French freshman is a very good on-ball defender. I would figure he is going to have the primary assignment on Peterson because he's bigger than Lipsy, and Lipsy's a good defender as well. You might even see some Joshua Jefferson there. I'm interested just to see how Iowa State, again, we're under the working presumption that Peterson will play more than 30-plus minutes. How they choose to guard him will be interesting. And how can they mute Flory Badunga's impact? Because what Badunga did in the Arizona game was, to me, the tilter for the outcome of the game. He was fantastic. Turnovers also feel key to me in this one. Kansas is extremely poor at turning teams over the season, 343rd nationally in turnover percentage. So it's not good at turning it over, and it has to play this game on the road against a top 10 team in one of the better environments in the sport. Meanwhile, Iowa State, 8th best at not giving it away in the entire sport in turnover rate. So Peterson, Council need to really take care of the ball. I know Kansas is on a heater. I'm going, GP, give me the Cyclones. Get this done. Win and cover. So I'll even toss you a score here. I'll say like 79-72. Iowa State gets it done.
Yeah, I'm same. I'll take Iowa State. I'll lay the points. I'll respect the building as a building truster. But the story, like almost regardless of what happens, the story is Darren Peterson. Does he play? Does he not play? If he plays, how does he play? If he plays, how much does he play? If he plays, does something happen in the middle of the game that makes him not play? I mean, this is where we're at with this thing. This isn't even a college basketball story now. This is like my wife is familiar with Darren Peterson's struggles to stay on the court.
Mine is not. She has still been shielded from the Darren Peterson weekly drama. My wife has no idea who Darren Peterson is.
We are at least at the point where my wife can be like, so what's going on with him? So like she's at least intrigued by the idea of like, why do you keep talking about him all the time? Like, why do I hear his name?
Muttering his name to yourself in the halls of your house.
Just walking through my house like half asleep, just like Darren Peterson never played. I don't know what's going on. So I as I've said over and over again, I hope this part of the Darren Peterson conversation is behind us. I said it.
Please.
I said it as recently as Tuesday night on Inside College Basketball.
I'm begging.
And I said it, and they clipped the clip, but they cut it right before Stowe jumped back in. So and by the way, because I've been getting killed on Twitter.
What else is new?
I know. So there's this clip, and it's like me saying that I think if Kansas is going to win a national championship, the most important player is going to have to be Darren Peterson. So then, of course, all the replies are like, oh, genius basketball expert. You think the number one pick of the draft? You think the number one pick of the draft is going to be the most important player on a team? Oh, that's why you make the big bucks, I guess. All right, you jerks. The question I was literally asked was, GP, is it possible Flory Badunga is the most important player at Kansas going forward? And so I said, well, listen, Flory's been great. Flory's been great, but like, let's not overcomplicate this. If Kansas is going to win a national championship, Darren Peterson is going to be the most important player. He doesn't play a lot, but when he plays,
no, this needs to be the new thing. It's just out of context. You talking for 7 seconds, something super obvious, and no other information provided.
They get you on these things sometimes, and it's fine. It's no big deal. I literally laughed it off, but I got the whole world. Not the whole world, a very insignificant amount of the world who just stay mad on Twitter all day long.
Everyone's paying attention to me and what I said about Darren.
No, it's
everyone knows about it. People can't stop talking about it.
People cannot stop talking about this. It's all anybody's talking about. No, nobody knows other than me and like 7 people. Nobody knows anything about this. But yeah, it's like I'm answering a question. Totally reasonably, but the way it gets clipped, they're like, "Oh, so this guy's a basketball expert." It's just, they got me on one last year when the whole Kevin Willard Maryland thing, and it was one of those we were feeling in between games or something. You know what it's like. It's like, hey, they're in like Stove's ear or Zook's ear, and it's like, hey, re-tee GP on the Maryland situation because we're just trying to stretch it out. So they come to me on Kevin Willard, and I'm like, it's an uncomfortable situation. This is just not ideal. I'm saying all the stuff everybody said, and then they come back to me, and I need something new to say. So they're like, in GP, what's going on with Kevin Willard? I don't know what's. And I say, listen, we've talked about this from every angle, but do you know who's not enjoying this? Kevin Willard. Like, this isn't fun for him either. Of course. That's the clip. So the clip is like, Gary Parrish says Kevin Willard is not having a good time right now either. And so the quote tweets are always like, "Oh, I'm supposed to feel sorry for Kevin Willard." I was like, Christ. So anyway,
love it.
The Darren Peterson thing. So at the end, I'm like, and I hope, Stove, this is the last time we ever talk about this kind of stuff again. And that's where the clip cuts. But if you were watching on TV, Stove goes, I bet it's not. So I'll take Iowa State. I'll lay the points, but I hope Darren Peterson plays 40 minutes.